Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm going to take a look at this little charging hub for the DJI Mini 3 and the Mini 4. Now this particular combo comes with two batteries. The third one here is the battery that comes with my Mini 3, you can see right here. Now these are higher capacity batteries, and I'll show you. So they will get a much longer flight time. I think they advertise like 51 minutes, which I wouldn't expect that much flight time, but these are 3,850 milliamp, and they're considerably heavier. I'm going to weigh these here in a moment for you guys can see just how much they weigh compared to the stock battery, because you're going to be well over 250 grams with this. I think it's a little over 300 grams. So you will need to have your FAA registration in the United States if you're using these to fly with the higher capacity batteries in this drone, because your stock batteries are only 2,453 milliamps on this one. So it's a considerable difference. When I hold these, this is definitely way lighter than this one. But then again, you're getting a lot more flight time, at least you should, and what they advertise with these higher capacity batteries. Now they have these four charging lights on the front of these as it's charging. And right now, these two are lit up, and the middle one is actually charging. So I'll show you that in a moment here when I flip the cameras around. But it will charge the highest capacity, not the highest capacity, but the battery that has the most charge in it. So it's going to start with the battery that's most full. That makes sense. And then move, just assuming you have three batteries in there, then it'll move to the second most full, and then the last will be the most depleted battery. That way you can get the battery that's most closest to full charged first. I hope that's a mouthful, but I hope it's making sense. So right now it's charging the middle battery, because this battery has more power than the battery next to it, and this is also a higher capacity. Now I think this battery was showing it had 3 out of 4 on the level meter, but it's just an estimate. It looks at whatever has the most battery power in the battery. So what we're going to do now is let's just weigh these and see just the difference in the weight, and then we'll weigh the drone with it in the drone as well, just so you can see that there is a difference in that. Okay, so here is one of the Aovee batteries here that we're going to weigh, and to see how much this does weigh. And this comes at 137 grams on my little scale. Now if we're going to put the stock DJI Mini 3 standard battery in here, we'll see that this one is only 81. So what was that, like a 50 gram difference, basically. So considerably heavier, and that's going to put your drone, over the weight 250 gram limit by quite a bit. As you can see though, we are charging off the USB-C into my power bank, and you can see here the lights as it's charging this battery here in the middle. And if we just plug the other batteries in here, we just get it facing the right way. You can see it's lit up 3, but it's not charging this one yet. Then let's put the stock battery in here. Let's make sure we get it in right. And you can see it also says it's got 3 out of 4 bars, but it's going to just charge this one first, because this says the highest battery level. And then it's going to kick over to one of the other two whenever it gets finished with this middle battery. So then you power this off of your USB-C, and it's plugged into my right now my Blue Yeti power bank. You're using USB-C, so however you want to get the power in, it has USB-C into the hub and a USB-C on the other end of the cable they give you. You could use a USB-A to C, just so you get USB-C in here. I'm just using this because this has a USB-C outlet on the front of it, so it's just more convenient for this video. Another thing they mention is, in case like an emergency, if you needed to use this as an actual power bank itself, let's say to charge your cell phone, you can actually unplug the cord, of course, from whatever it's plugged into, and then you can turn this on, and you can actually like charge your cell phone off it. But of course, it's going to be using the actual drone batteries as the power supply. So keep in mind it's going to drain these, but if you needed to charge something, you could. There is a little button on the side here. It's a power button. This is basically, if it's not plugged in, you can tap this and it kind of it'll let you see the light indicator lights. Because I think when I plugged it in here, let's actually just test that. If I needed to press that button to start the charging or not. So I'm just going to unplug the USB-C. We're going to plug it in here, and it's showing me the middle light, and it's blinking, so it just went ahead and it is charging. It's on the 4th light, so I didn't have to press that button. But let's see if I actually unplug the power. So now I don't have any power. Now the lights are all out. So I think if I just press this little button on the side, it just lights up and it shows me the indicator lights, which you may not be able to see this in the video right here, but it's showing me the power level. So you can quickly check the power level of all your batteries without having it plugged in to a power source. So this is really cool. It's about $150 for the 2 battery version, but you're getting 2 high capacity batteries and a charging hub. And that's still a pretty good deal. And now I've got 3 batteries for my Mini 3, which is really awesome because the stock battery I bought was fine, but it didn't have the greatest flight time. I'm hoping that these should get better flight time, but as I always would recommend, especially with it being not an authentic DJI battery, I would test this out, fly it, keep it close to you, see how long it goes to get an idea when the battery's new, just to make sure you're getting extended flight time, because you don't want to send this out really far and have it get to 20% or something, and all of a sudden the battery level drops really quickly or something like that. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Just test it first to make sure, because you should get a longer flight time than a stock battery. I don't question that. Just to make sure that it doesn't do anything weird when it gets to low voltage, just being that it's not an authentic DJI battery, so it doesn't have to necessarily meet DJI's standards for their batteries. So let's go ahead now and just test the drone weight real quick, and then we'll end this video. So you could probably just do the math alone to figure out what it should weigh, considering what the drone weight is, and then we'll just go ahead and do it in this video so you guys can see. Now you do obviously want to make sure you remove the gimbal guard or the gimbal cover, because that does not account in the weight of a drone. If you have this on, it's going to be well over 250, but you're not going to fly with that on because it would ruin your gimbal. So let's go ahead and just put the battery in here. This is a stock battery, and we'll go ahead and put it on the charger here and just see how much it weighs. Well, let's go ahead and just see how much the drone weighs with the stock battery. We know it's going to be just a hair under 250, and we got 248. Sometimes, maybe 249, depends on how accurate your scale is. Let's go ahead and swap batteries. All right, let's go ahead now and just put one of the higher capacity batteries in here from Aovee. And let's see how much it weighs with this in here. So I think it was going to be, I did it earlier and I can't quite remember. I want to think it was a little over 300 grams, what it said, but doing the math a while ago, I'm not sure. I think that would be about right. What I said, about 50 more grams, so that would be about right. Let's go ahead and see what it weighs with the higher capacity battery in there. And like I said, 304, so roughly a little over 50 grams more with it in. So like I said, you would have to put your FAA number on here to be law abiding and obey the rules if you do use the higher capacity batteries whenever you fly. All right, so if you're interested in this, be sure to check the video description and the pinned comment. I'll have links to this. They will be affiliate links, so they will help out the channel a little bit, but it doesn't cost you any extra. But if you want to help support the channel, please do click that link if you are interested in buying these. Again, it's about $150, but man, I think it's well worth it. And one last thing I want to mention, they also sent me some Mini 2 batteries, and I do have a Mini 2 back here. This is really cool, so stick around to the channel. I'm going to review this next. These are slightly higher capacity than the stock DJI Mini 2 batteries, but this has an LCD color screen on the side of this that will show your battery information and charging indicators. A lot cooler. I kind of wish this had it. Maybe they didn't do that to keep the cost down. This is like 85 bucks, I think. So that's really cool if you have a Mini 2 that you can pick one of these up. So stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to review this on the channel probably next, but very, very soon. So if you're new to the channel, you like videos like this, anything from drones, RC cars, boats, and technology, then please do consider subscribing. While you're at it, click the bell to be notified when I do upload new videos. And as always, guys, have a great day.
The power of the dark side.